What's going on, guys? Welcome to this video in which I'm going to show you how to print your own money with Google Ads. I'm going to share my screen over here just to show you this picture that I think will perfectly illustrate what it is that I'm trying to display and what I'm trying to show in this specific video. And so there's this image of this father and his son. You know, the father said, I said you should develop an app that earns money, not prints money, right? And if you think about what Google is essentially it's an app, right? It's a search engine, but at the same time it's an app too as well that earns money from individuals that are literally like printing their own money, right? Because as a business, I can literally have a business and use Google to print my own money, right? If that doesn't make sense, don't worry, I'm gonna talk more about that in this video, and so you will understand how businesses, how brands use Google to print their own money. It's like literally a money printing machine, as you can see over here, right? By the way, my name is Frank Kenny and I own LionMedia.com, which is a performance marketing agency, right? Prior to owning my own agency, I work for other agencies, right? Some of the top agencies out there in America, right? And literally clients will come to us, they have businesses, and literally we will print money for them, meaning like we will go and create campaigns and ads that are sending people to a landing page or to a website, and people are literally purchasing their products in large volume, right? And when I forgot to this, like, man, I couldn't believe my eyes, but through the years and experience that I've gathered, it's like, essentially, I'm trying to display that to you in this video and essentially show you how you can do the same thing. And I'll walk you through the campaign strategy, through the ads, and different examples how we do this, right? And you may be an existing brand, right? Or you may be thinking about starting a brand, right? And whatever the case is, you're gonna find substantial value from this video. Now, let me show you some additional stats with Google. So every second, every minute, every hour, every day, there are searches happening on Google. Every second, there's 99,000 search happening on Google. Every minute, there's 5.94 million searches happening on Google. Every hour, there's 356.4 million searches on Google. Every day, there's 8.55 billion searches on Google. Like, what does this tell you? Like, what does this tell me? It tells me that there are people out there that have a problem and then they're going on Google and searching for a solution to their problem, right? And if you're in a business or you have a business mind, you're like, okay, cool. People are already out there searching for something, right? They want something. All I have to do is deliver a product that solves their problem, or deliver a service that solves their problem, right? And that's exactly what businesses are out there doing, right? For example, right? But somebody's searching up like gym shoes, for example, right? Me as a brand, I can create a product, right? I can create a pair of shoes for the gym, right? And essentially place an ad out there when somebody is searching up for that specific keyword, and then essentially take that traffic and send them to my website and have this individual purchase the product, right? That's what brands are out there doing, right? That's every single category of search that you can imagine that's happening out there. All you have to do is place yourself in front of the individual when they're searching for a specific product or for a specific problem, right? As you are the solution to the specific problem that they're looking for. And all you do is essentially capturing that demand that's already out there again, and like, transactional, that transaction, and, pocketing that money. And again, that's the gist and the premise of what we're gonna talk about in this video. Right, screen over here, I'm gonna walk you through the different campaign strategy, the different products that Google has, right? And how you use those products to essentially print your own money, for example, right? And I'm gonna walk you through multiple examples of some of these campaigns, like what the ads looks like, right? Metrics and things to consider when building a campaign on Google, right? Now, getting more into the weeds. So first of all, with Google, there are what we call a branded campaign, right? And then you also have a non-branded campaign, and then you also have a dynamic campaign. A branded campaign is what? A branded campaign is it's a keyword that is essentially your brand. For example, if you were Nike, right? Nike would be a branded campaign, right? If your brand was Slooper, which is a brand that I own, Slooper would be a branded campaign, right? It's any keywords related to your brand, right? For example, Slooper tennis shoes, or Nike tennis shoes, right? Or Nike t-shirts. That would be a branded campaign, right? And then you also have what is called a non-branded campaign, right? This is by far one of the most effective strategy for going out there and capturing that attention, right? A non-branded campaign is somebody going on Google and searching up shoes for the gym, right? Or shoes for tennis, right? Or protein powder for beginners starting to work out, right? Those are non-branded keywords, right? They're not related to your specific brand at all. They're just individuals out there searching for a specific product or a specific solution to their problems, right? Such as what I just mentioned. And again, all you have to do is have an ad through this non-branded campaign and essentially place your ad in front of that individual that is searching that specific keyword, right? And then you also have a dynamic campaign. A dynamic campaign is a very powerful campaign strategy. What that essentially does is it will crawl your website, right? As you're building out your campaign, it will crawl your website, your landing page, and extract keywords, right, on that landing page. And then it will try to identify those keywords when people are searching up that specific keywords online, and it would automatically create an ad based upon those keywords that it extracts from your website, right? And I'll show you multiple examples of this, because this is just an incredible tool and platform that I feel is still untapped. Okay, now going back to what a branded campaign is, a branded campaign looks like this, right? For this specific brand that we built one of their campaigns. So this is what a branded campaign is. So this brand is One Love Organic, their skincare brand. And so a branded campaign looks like this. This is an ad of a branded campaign. These are the keywords of that campaign. So for example, you have One Love Organic, right? One Love Organic is the name of the brand. And then you have a different variation of that specific keyword. One Love Organic Cleansing Oil, which is the specific product of that brand. And then you also have One Love Organic Beauty, One Love Skincare, right? All of these keywords are associated with that brand because it has One Love or One Love Organic, right? Which is the name of the brand. And then you can just see some of the ads over here, non-branded ads, and you can kind of see what like the return on ad spend without looking at the specific purchase value or like the conversion, but you can essentially see how much revenue this ad is, not revenue, but like return on ad spend this ad is generating. And you can see the same thing for this one, right? So it is a powerful strategy to have out there, right? And again, here are the keywords, and then you can look at the different metric as to how much is this keyword costing me, right? How much search volume are there for this specific keywords? How much traffic am I getting for this specific keyword? What is the conversion rate of this specific keyword, and how many conversions, how many people are purchasing from this specific keyword, and essentially how much the cost of each click is costing me, right? And you can see all of these metrics over here, right? And then let's look at another one. As I mentioned, a non-branded campaign, right? So an example of a non-branded campaign is this. So you have, for example, sterling silver men's ring, right? So this is essentially a specific type of ring that an individual would be searching up on Google, essentially, right? Obviously, this is a headline, but for example, let's go back into the specific keywords and look at this. So you have men's silver ring, you have men's silver, which is essentially the same thing, and then you have men's cubic something rings, right? And then you have men's ring, men's hip hop jewelry, right? You also have the sterling silver men's ring, right? So people are out there on Google searching up these specific key terms, right? And me being, for example, a jewelry brand, right? A jewelry brand or company, right? If I carry these products, I would want to place an ad when people are searching up for this specific product and send them to my website so that they can purchase the product of what they're looking for, right? Now, again, this is just such a powerful platform and strategy, right? Now, there's multiple examples of non-branded keyword, but the whole goal of it is to go out there and to find new people, and essentially go and place yourself when people are searching up for specific problems, and then you place an ad there as to saying that, oh, we essentially have the solution to your problem, to the problem that you're looking for, right? Or we have the product that you're inquiring or that you're looking for, right? Let's proceed to the next example and show you what a dynamic campaign is. So a dynamic campaigns look like this. You know, from the Google platform, you will see it says in the ad a dynamically generated headline, meaning you don't know what that is, what the headline is. Google grabs that from your website and automatically just creates those ads. The only thing that you really control is the description, right? As you can see over here for this company, you only have the description over here, but the headlines are automatically generated based upon the keywords that it extracts from your website, right? And so when you're building out this specific campaign, what essentially you have is you don't control the keywords that this campaign is producing or it's targeting. All you have really control is to tell Google the URL, the pages that Google should be extracting or crawling the website and extracting those specific keywords, right? This is an example of the company, like we're telling Google, like, we want you to extract this website and then pull out keywords and create ads for these specific keywords based on what people are searching out there. So that's what a dynamic campaign is, right? Now, let's move on. So we talked about the search terms, right? What we talked about was search campaigns, right? You essentially having a list of keywords, and then you essentially having a list of keywords and creating an ad, bidding for those specific keywords and capturing and essentially just winning that traffic, right? The next product of Google is what we call a shopping campaigns. There's two forms of shopping campaigns, and I'll show you what this is in just a moment, but this that I'm showing you right now is a standard shopping campaign. 2024, as you're watching this video, Google has since updated this product to a Performance Max campaign. And again, I'll show you what that is in just a moment. But the premise of this is, it's an SSS shopping campaign, right? These campaigns are placed in the shopping feed essentially, right? And I'll show you what that is. This is this. So whenever you go on Google and you type in, and I did an example of this, men's shoes, men's shoes, right? And then in the shopping section, right, in the shopping feed, you will have all these products from all these brands, right, that are essentially, bidding to a degree, and I'll explain in just a moment, for this specific, for this product, right? And I'll show you how this campaign type works, and different things that you can do with it. But this is a shopping campaign, right? You have products, and when people search up keywords related to that product, Google will show them ads, right? Now, the caveat with this is that you don't control the keywords that are essentially coming from, you don't control the keywords here in this campaign type. The keywords are extracted from the product description, from the product title, right? And although we're not going to go into essentially how this is happening, but I want to explain to you. Meaning I don't want to show you how. I'm not going to show you how this happens. This is going to be in a later video, but I want you to understand how this works, right? You're not controlling the keywords. The keywords are essentially controlled from the title, that's the title that you have on your product, and the description too as well. Mainly the title, right? And so if you do a good job in this campaign type, meaning you're very descriptive in the product title, then the chances are you're gonna get more visibility when people are searching up for specific keywords related to your specific product, right? So this is an example of a shopping campaign. The next one is the Performance Max campaign, right? This is an upgraded product that Google released, right? So essentially with this, Google was like, okay, cool. It looks like we need to be more effective, and we need to be able to display more ads in different, in all of their different category or inventory that they carry. Because Google, Google owns YouTube. They also have what the display network, they have what the search network, which we're just walking you through, and they also have the discovery, Gmails, and maps too as well, right? If you have a brick and mortar store, right, to where you can place an ad, and then people will click that. If you can place an ad through like the maps, people will click on that, and essentially they'll be able to direct you to the store, right? And so with the Performance Max campaign, it still does what I just showed you, right? You are able to essentially have ads in the shopping feed, in the shopping center, right? But at the same time, with just that one campaign, you are also able to have ads on YouTube, on the display network, on the search network, on the discovery network, and on Gmail and maps, right? It's an extremely powerful campaign that, since the deployment of this, has worked extremely well for businesses and for brands, as we have seen so multiple times for the brands that we manage, right? And so again, this, if you're an e-commerce brand, this is typically what I would lead with, as opposed to a standard shopping campaigns. Now, we have tested both of those campaigns, head to head, and what we've noticed that the Performance Max campaign beats the standard shopping campaigns, right? And so again, if you're an e-commerce brand, you have a product that you want to sell, one of the first things that you want to do is build a Performance Max campaign, have different assets, right? And have different assets that you can give to Google, right? And then, create these ads, in which will be distributed across all this different inventory, right? This is again an extremely powerful powerful campaign strategy that you can run for your brand, right? The next thing that we're going to talk about, is display in YouTube, right? As I mentioned before, Performance Max campaign does place ads on YouTube, but at the same time, if you wanted just to place your ads on YouTube, out of the Performance Max campaign, you can do that. So you can have a campaign mainly just placing ads on YouTube, right? And the only reason why we would even, why you would even test this, right, is that you have a very good, a good videos, right? A good video that is promoting the product that you are selling, right? And at the same time, you have the budget to be able to you have the budget to be able to display ads on this platform, right? If you're a company with a smaller budget like 5K, or anyway like 5 to 10K, maybe YouTube is not the best strategy for you to start with, right? Now, as you get more into like the 12, 15, 20K, then you can allocate a set budget specifically focusing on YouTube. YouTube is great for brand awareness and retargeted too as well, right? So typically when you get more into like the data, into like the nuance of Google, right, you can create all these different custom audiences of people that have visited your website, people who have added products to their cart, people that have viewed a product, and all these different type of audiences, right? And then you can use those for retargeting. Based upon this action that this individual took on my website, I want to retarget them on YouTube. So like every time they're watching a YouTube video, right, I'm going to place an ad that's, there's going to be an ad that's going to be placed there and essentially showing them, videos of our company, of the products that we carry, just as a reminder, like, hey, come back and purchase the product, right? And with display is essentially also used for retargeting. You can use display for prospecting and as well as for retargeting. Display are essentially banner ads that you'll see across the web, right? Again, this can be used for both prospecting and retargeting. We mainly use this for remarketing, right? We mainly use this for retargeting and remarketing purposes, right? As individuals go to the website, if they don't purchase, right, we want to have ads following them across the web, essentially just reminding them that, hey, come back to our store and purchase our product, right? And obviously, we can get more into like different strategies how you can do that, but like that's the whole premise of this specific campaign type. You're just following individuals across the web, just essentially with banners, telling them to come back to your site and purchase a specific product that they've seen, right? And so the next thing that we're going to talk about is audiences. Remember I mentioned audiences in that as individuals go to your website, you're capturing your data, you're capturing information about these users to a degree, right? And so essentially what you can do is like, as people are visiting your website, you can create these audiences that are used for remarketing, right? You can retarget all people that have visited your website in any time period. You can do people that have visited your website in the last 7 days, in the last 14, in the last 30 days, etc. Right? You can do that, right? You can retarget people that have viewed a specific page on your website, right? So this is, again, is an extremely effective and powerful strategy for getting users that came to your website in the first place but never purchased the product, right? This just allows them another chance to come back to your website and purchase your product, right? So, and these audiences are a way of doing that. And there's different audience type within Google, right? There's when you're prospecting, say for example, you're running a display or a discovery ad, right? And essentially what you can do is what Google has affinity audiences are essentially it's like interest audience. What are people interested in, right? Those are all categorized under affinity, right? And then there's, things such as like life event, people that have specific birthdays, right? People that are getting married, or, there's different type of events that you can target people based upon those events. And then you also have in markets, which is an extremely powerful audience type that we use, meaning people can be in the market searching for like cars, right? Searching for the specific type of clothes, right? Specific type of supplements, right? You could target those specific individuals because you already know they're in the market for that, right? All you have to do is target those specific individuals using this audience type, and it's an extremely powerful way to do that. There's also things such as like custom intent, similar audiences, remarketing, and customer match, right? Customer match is essentially you're providing Google with a list of different customers that you already have. Google would take that customer list. Okay, cool. They know who your customers are, right? And essentially what you could do is like create a duplicate of that and create what is called a lookalike, right? So create a lookalike of your ideal customer, right? And then Google will go out there in the wild and find new people that matches essentially your customer, right? So that's another thing that you can do. I know we mentioned remarketing too as well. So there's a host of different things that you can do in terms of like audiences here on Google, right? And then the next thing that I really want to show you that I think is very, very, very important, and this will be the last slide that I'll show you here today, is essentially what an ad looks like and the different things that you want to consider when building an ad on Google, right? And so there's multiple examples here, right? So this is what an ad will look like on Google, right? This is what it's a search ad, right? So we will have an example over here from Revolve, right? So Revolve clothing, shop the latest. So this would be like the specific headline in that ad, right? And then you also have like the description, you have the URL, right? Now under that is what you have, site link extension, right? So which is what this is over here. Site link extension are specific categories or other pages in your website that you want to display that or have people look at prior to even visiting your website, right? So they just give them more information before they go to your website. So shop dresses, shop the sale, shop women's new arrival, and the Revolve beauty shop, right? And then you also have different things, such as like call out, which is this. New arrivals daily 500 design brands. And then you also have something that's called structured snippets, which is this that you see over here. And you also have promotion extension, which is this over here, right? If you have a Black Friday, when the Black Friday is around you, you can have your Black Friday specific code and coupon and promotion right on the ad itself, right? Price extension is what you see over here, and then you also have the image. So what you want to do is, if this is related to your brand, you want to have all of this information, right? You want to have as much information so that so it just takes up as much space in the SERP as possible, right? So when people search up this specific product, because there's going to be other competitors out there, right? So it's usually the individual that stands out or has the most information that an individual is going to pick, right? Guys, I know this was very heavy, this was very lengthy, right? I hope this video was super valuable and super helpful to you, right? And if you did enjoy this video, if you found value in this video, please subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up to this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.